Day, and I am audible. We are going to find out what it all means in about 2 minutes and 2 seconds. You know what? Let's just kick this off. Let's do this. Here we go. What is going on? Holy moly, can you believe what is happening? Cool cat holders get creative with physicals. Pepe, Shiba Inu, and Kanga Moon are doing just that. They're headed to the moon. Avenged Sevenfold loves the blockchain. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Sunday, April 7th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is coming in at a 78. We are up 3 degrees from yesterday. NFT sentiment is down 1 degree. We are coming in at 51, but we will take it. Top crypto search term for the normies is AI Saga, ticker sign SAGA. Get this, it is up 4,626% on the 7-day. Whew, somebody is having a really good day. Let me tell you that. Top NFT search term is NFT NYC. Did you go to the IRL event? It looks like it was spectacular. We will hopefully be getting into that this week as people return from their trip to NYC. We have Bitcoin dominance. It is up on the 24 hours. ETH dominance is down to flat. Sales volume, when I woke up this morning, Ethereum was coming in at about 9.7 on the 24 hours. That is up 32% from the previous day. Bitcoin, it is up 32% from the previous day, coming in at $22 million. And this is, not that this is alarming, but it is ringing bells. Solana NFT sales for the last 24 hours came in at $1.4 million. It is down 76% on the 24 hours. Yesterday, it was down 34% on the 24 hours. And the previous day, it was down 45% on the 24 hours. It is a rapid decline, seeing Bitcoin do 22 million and Solana barely crack, not even crack 1.5 is alarming. Granted, these were done at 6:49 this morning when I put in these numbers. So when we check numbers for the nerds, we are going to see exactly what is happening. We have 13 days to the Bitcoin halving. Are your bags packed? Is it going to pump? What is priced in? What is not priced in? There's a bunch of interesting discussions. We are going to get into some of that stuff. But first, we are going to do what the nerds love to do, and that is check the numbers for the nerds. So, as you can see, up right now is the mempool. We are looking at the blocks being mined. It is my Yule log. It is my digital currency Yule log. It is one of the most fun things to watch. And it's interesting. There's also quite a few visualizations for watching this mempool in action and watching different transactions on the blockchain. And people have become very creative in different ways that they are representing this visually. Maybe tomorrow I will start out with something different from the mempool, because there's about 5 or 6 out of about 100 that I have gone through that I think are really interesting. But this is one of my favorites. All right, let's look at it. Bitcoin halving clock, as I mentioned. You know what? And keep in mind, this is all on block height, so these numbers are they are going to change periodically. So it is looking at this moment like we have 12 days, 14 hours, and 53 minutes left. There are 1,848 blocks left to mint. Current Bitcoin price is coming in at 69,517. What does that mean? We are looking at the heat map, and it looks good. Holy moly. We only have there's very few things that are red. And you know what's interesting? Like Ton, for instance. Okay, so Ton coin. This was green when everything else was red the past couple of days. We have BCH down here. This is Bitcoin Cash. This is post-halving. Bitcoin Cash has already done their halving event. It happened about 3 days ago. So we are just seeing kind of the sell the news kind of happen on the Bitcoin Cash. Let's get into some numbers. We are looking at the crypto market cap. I always like to look at the crypto bubbles. Just below the bubbles, if you scroll down, you will find the current crypto prices. And let's see what the numbers mean today. We have Bitcoin coming in at $69,519. Ethereum is in at $3,404. BNB is at $588 as it tries to regain that $600 mark. And Solana also is trying to climb back up, coming in at 182, up 0.1%, 3% on the day. Down on the week, but up on the month and year. You don't even want to know how much Solana is up on the year. It is up 801% on the year. If you are a smart man, holy moly, your bags are packed with Solana. Looking at some of the top sales on the ecosystem, we have the just the CryptoPunks. That is a great looking CryptoPunk, sold for $214,000 about 19 hours ago. And the pups, the Bitcoin pups, are the new rage in town. They are screaming. We are going to get into what those numbers mean. And let's just double down now that we are looking at the live numbers. And if you guys are not familiar with this website, I think it's an absolutely brilliant website. It is CryptoSlam. There is a bunch of good technical information depending on what you are looking for here. But we are looking at blockchains by NFT sales volume. And as you can see, wow, Bitcoin has even climbed from when I did the report this morning. So about 4.5 hours ago is when I put out my Substack. So we're just getting into the live edition now. If you guys are listening on the podcast, tune in on YouTube. If you guys are on YouTube, listen to the podcast. You don't have to listen to podcasts because now it's the same thing. But read the Substack. God damn, like share it, tell your friends. I put a lot of time and effort into that for you MFers. All right, looking at these sales right now. Bitcoin, $24 million in the last 24 hours. Ethereum, 8.9. And most of that is going to be on these new L2 and L3 chains. We're going to get into some magic airdrop stuff that is coming down the pike that you guys need to know about. And Solana did not break 1.5. It's down at 1.3 million, down 78% on the 24 hours. Okay. So this is interesting. When Solana went down to $8 and people were buying up, those people are rich now. We're looking at the Solana ecosystem, NFT dry up. Is this indicative of what's coming? Are we moving, or are we moving from NFTs to meme coins, or is the community of degens that occupy most of this of the NFT trading on the Solana ecosystem, have they moved to exclusively trading meme coins for this meta? That's what it appears to me, because it does seem to be that there are collectors, but they're on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the degens are no longer utilizing their NFTs to flip-flop. They have decided that it is easier to do that with meme coins. That would be my guess. And I'm just one idiot in a cowboy hat today. Looking at the Ethereum heat map, you can see what's going on. I just like to get a little visual. Let's look at the top 5 movers on the Ethereum side of things. We have Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Milady Makers, DeGods, and Pudgy Penguins, and Redacted Remelios coming in the top 5 or 6. Let's double click on a couple of these. Bored Apes are currently trading at 11.85 ETH. Mutants, 1.962. Milady Makers, 4.66. DeGods, 1.503. So we have seen some people climbing back up, and we have Pudgy Penguins trading at 11.98. That is important. So they are both Bored Apes and Pudgies. They are back in that neck and neck race. One is trading at $40,300. Pudgy Penguins are trading at $40,700. Where do you think this will be next week? Who is going to reclaim some of this ground that has been lost? It's interesting to see just the evolution of this ecosystem, where the interest goes. Attention is the economy, and where the attention is where the money goes and where people follow. So we are just seeing some interesting movement, and a lot of times you can see where the movement is leading by looking at some of these analytics and numbers that I do every day. Looking at the heat map for the Solana ecosystem, we have flat to green to red. We got all the colors, but it is just also a visual representation of who is doing the most volume. Mad Lads on top, Tensorians and SMB Gen 2, they are rounding out the top 3 as far as the big collections. But when we look at 24-hour volume, we have Frogana's, Mutant Mad Lads, Magic Ticket, and Tensorians rounding out the top 5. Frogana's, they are back to their crazy games. Yesterday, I think their sales were about 4,000 for the 24 hours. They're back up to about 6,500 sales. That is about half of what they do when people feel like trading those frogs. I've seen it go as high as about 14,000 trades in the 24-hour period. The floor price is almost back up to that $500 mark where it seems to reside. It is currently trading at about $456. Mad Lads are currently trading at 127 salamis in today's market. That is $23,100 to get a floor Mad Lad. Looking at the top 5 collections on the Bitcoin ecosystem, we have Runestones, Blob, Bitcoin Puppets, Node Monkeys, and the Rune Pups. Blob is a new addition to our list. They're currently trading at $2,100. There have been 2,786 trades, though there are only 3 pending at the moment. Runestones just continue their tear. They were down at, I think, $2,800. They are back up to $4,700 currently. There have been almost 1,500 trades in the last 24 hours. There are 6 pending. I think we are going to continue to see that run up because there is activation with the Bitcoin halving. And as you know, it is coming up. So are the Runestones going to plummet after that? Is there incentive to hold them? Is the game just beginning at the halving? So all of these things remain to be seen. Blob is a new addition. I am just going to double click on this since I have you guys on a visual ride with me. And it looks exactly like you might expect. Some blobs. So this is something that I am going to do a video on later today. So one of the things that interests me in this is I got hacked and I lost everything. So I started thinking about, are there ways to participate in this ecosystem that do not require money? And there are indeed. One of them is to participate in these ecosystems as somebody who posts. So Farcaster, Warpcaster, that is one platform where you can earn degen tokens. Those degen tokens are worth money and they pay very handsomely for interaction on that platform. There is also the Packmoon platform, and I totally missed airdrop 1 and 2. And what caught my attention is somebody made well over $1 million on airdrop 2 just for interacting on this platform. So what I am going to do, I'm going to do a video today on some of the stuff that this platform brings to the ecosystem. So through the Pack, right? So I'm going to click here real quick. So through Packmoon, this is their chat, and all of this is on District 1. Now, District 1 has several different aspects to it. So there's spaces, there's sprints, there's prime, there's a link up, there's soul, there's all of these different aspects, and each has an interesting breakdown. And what am I talking about? Okay, so District 1, let me see, what do we have right here? Okay, so it is a vibrant and multifaceted ecosystem. It is called District 1, D1. In D1, you will discover a dynamic landscape of compromising various interconnected ecosystems, each offering unique opportunities for engagement, investment, and growth. Whether you are exploring the strategic challenges of LinkUp, which is a game, immersing yourself in the fast-paced action of Rally, also a game, or investing in the success of your favorite spaces through Spaces Share, which is similar to the Twitter Spaces, D1 provides a rich tapestry of experiences tailored to your interests and goals. I will be exploring their journey of innovation, collaboration, and community building within this diverse and thriving ecosystem called District 1, and I am letting you know where and how to participate. These videos are going to be coming out. Basically, participation equals airdrops. You are not too late to participate. I think our timeline on this, you know what, I have a bunch of different notes that I wanted to share with you, and I don't even want to get all into it right now, but basically for the Packmoon ecosystem, and this is not an advertisement, this is just something that I am delving into today, and I am going to see if I can turn this into money in the next, we have 23 days to go for this Packmoon kind of festival that's all interactive in this D1 ecosystem. So I am going to run you guys through it as I make these videos. Look for that shit coming out today, and I promise you it is coming. Now, what I wanted to do, now that we have run through the numbers for the nerds, I wanted to check on a couple things. So I mentioned Cool Cats. So Cool Cats, they have just taken it up a notch with their Color Me Cool. And what is that? Let's see. And if you are listening on the podcast, I apologize. I just had to go grab a box. So as I'm reading this, first up is the Cool Cats. Basically, if you are a Cool Cat holder, you had the ability to claim one of these figurines for free, which I did. And you know, it's funny because it took a long time. I can't even remember when this. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you exactly when this kind of went through. This went through shortly after the Thanksgiving Day parade, where Klon and Cool Cats were able to get their float, or excuse me, to get a Cool Cat float into the Macy's Day Parade. Ah, that is amazing. And look at that. So this is the Color Me Cool commemorative parade figurine from Macy's Cool Cats. This is absolutely spectacular. And what's interesting about this, unleash your inner artist, color, draw, or paint on the item to craft your unique Color Me Cool figurine into a one-of-a-kind design. Digitize your design. Tap the figurine's NFC chip with your smartphone to digitize your design. Share your masterpiece. It is your opportunity to be a future artist for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade Digital Art Trophy Collection. There's a website associated with Macy's where you can find out more information. I just want to actually open this and get it. I just want to, you know, feel the goods, man. This is awesome. Yeah, so this is my Cool Cat from the Macy's Day Parade. This is absolutely brilliant. You have a chance to color it, so yeah, that is exciting. So it is. Oh, and let's see. So I guess there's an NFC chip built in the bottom here. You tap it with your phone, and it is going to open up something, which again is just this mixture of physical and digital. Companies, you need to be on this. You need to understand what is happening in this ecosystem. You need to understand that this digital chip in here, while you might not find it important, your kids will. This is their world. This is where they live. This is how it is going to happen. This digital piece under here that you can't touch, feel, or do anything with. This represents the future, not this. This little chip in here. So keep that in mind, right? It's not your headspace. It's what are they going to be thinking about? What is their headspace in 5 years, in 10 years, especially if you're building a company with some goals and you want to put some roots in. You have to market for where they're going to be, not where they are. Think Wayne Gretzky. He always went to where the puck was going to be. He never chased it, which is a huge difference. Don't chase things. Meet them. Find them where they will be, and that is where the success will come in. Next up, there is more meme coin mania that people are still getting all interested in. Pepe Shiba Inu and a coin that is new to my radar called Kangamoon. They have been on absolute fire this weekend. Kangamoon, holy moly, they just raised $4.2 million in their pre-sale. All these things change so quickly. And what I do for my Substack about once a week for the paid subscribers, I kind of send out the meme coin list and who's doing what and kind of what I think, or actually what I'm invested in. That is kind of stopped for the moment because I am trying to rebuild, but I will still be putting out my list because I think there are awesome plays and I know that people do not have a lot of time to spend on this. So when I send out these plays, they're kind of ideas, I call them sleeper coins, meaning they are meme coins, they are risky, but in my view, they're coins that you can go to bed with, meaning you can purchase the coin and forget about it, especially if you're doing a month hold, a couple week hold. These coins you don't need to check in on. And yes, they are going to be volatile, they're going to go up and down, but some of these coins have a really good end game, and as this bull run kind of begins and really starts to take off in form, I think these coins will continue to do well. Not advice, just what I'm looking at. And I share exactly what I'm looking at. And I always encourage everybody to do your own research. These are just places that I begin And I spend a lot of time in this space. And if you don't have that kind of time to dedicate, this might be a good place to begin your research. That is the best way to put it. Now, on to the roller coaster ride. We have Solana's Telegram bot. If anybody has used it, it is called Solarium. They had to shut it down because there was a breach, and it all goes onto this Kangamoon token, which just went absolutely ballistic. So there was a breach. It puts, I don't know what's going to happen. But as far as I know, this Telegram bot is no longer going to be operational. I think some of the folks over at Polygon got involved with solving this problem. I will have more information on that, hopefully tomorrow morning in my Substack. I have not seen the kind of the severity report that usually comes out after some of these incident report. So when that comes out, I will have a look at it. And in the realm of Bitcoin, we are inching closer to that magical $70,000 mark. And you guys, it's so crazy to me that Bitcoin is priced where it is and people are not fucking ecstatic. Like, we are so close to all-time highs. We've already passed all-time highs, and it's prior to the halving. The halving is going to create parabolic movement. Mark my words. I don't care what anybody says. It is going to bring the movement. It is not priced in yet, in my viewpoint. We will see some volatility, but 3 months, I do not see Bitcoin being under $100,000. So keep that in mind. Everybody do your own research. Keep your eye on Dogecoin. Keep your eye on WIF. WIF was down a bit over the weekend, but it has pulled back dramatically. Ethereum is flirting with $3,400. BNB is gearing up. It's going to hit 600 really soon. As I mentioned in the intro, total market cap, it is past $2.7 trillion. Buckle up. Keep your adventure pants on because a wild ride is coming. And in other news, I mentioned it at the beginning, if you guys are metal fans, Avenged Sevenfold, they have always been kind of dabbling in the blockchain with different ways to continue their artistry as they push onto modern technology. And they continue to do just that. They're offering now a season pass, and they're doing it in a decentralized fan rewards platform. They're going to be doing all of this with the folks over at Polygon. And guess what? Fans can score some super sweet merch for getting involved in this. And you know what? It's funny, like all these airdrops, all of these ecosystems that companies are trying to get you involved with, and they drop you tokens for it. The reason for that is because you are the guinea pig. It is not a friction-free place. The user experience sometimes is not great. The onboarding flow is not seamless. It's clunky. It's cumbersome. It's filled with friction. That's why they're fucking paying you, because they are working out the kinks and you are the guinea pig. So these are opportunities. These companies have backing, they have money, and they want you to participate. They don't... Hey, we're giving you money. Try this shit out. So jump on it. If you are an Avenged Sevenfold fan, jump on their season pass stuff. They also are trying to push innovation and technology in ways that are new to many people. But the kids that are coming up, this is going to be old hat to them, like my hat. Do not pass on this. You know, and it reminds me, it wasn't too long ago that there was this discussion about Discord. And the older generation was discounting Discord as a medium for information delivery. And it is understandable, because if you are from an older generation, like my generation, Discord can be overwhelming. It is not, that is not representative of the information flow in Discord, because the older generation finds it clunky, or they don't understand the tech on how to get in and out of there. It doesn't mean that it should be discounted as a flow of information. I listened to a woman speak at Stanford, and she was talking about the importance of Discord and watching these new flows of information. And Discord, Telegram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, these flows of information are new and upcoming, and to discount them as a means of predicting the future is a mistake. You are doing the same thing if you discount Bitcoin and some of these other technologies. For instance, this social platform that you guys can see, it's still up on the screen right here. This Pac Moon stuff, and I'm actually I'll switch to another screen. Spaces, Sprint. So I'm going to do some research on what all of this stuff means. But these ecosystems, they want you to participate. And it's nice being early to these things. For instance, on Farcaster, my handle on Farcaster is @beat. So that's how early I was on this platform. And 5 years, 10 years from now, people are going to have these crazy long names with underscores and all that shit. The same thing all you people have on Twitter. It is nice to be early to some of these protocols. And on Farcaster, they're paying you to come say hello. So just do that shit, because it's I don't know, it's part of being in the ecosystem. It's part of being in the community. It's part of being in the fabric of what is happening. And this is where change is happening. And it was really interesting, just reported on news, I have to say, over the weekend, just because everybody was gone. At least in this bubble that I'm in, the NFT kind of crypto bubble of X. Everybody went to New York City to enjoy the IRL event. And so I do imagine we're going to have some wonderful stories started on Monday. This is going to be an absolutely crazy week as we just near the halving. And this halving only happens every 4 years. And this is such a big deal to me, because we had the SEC give the green light on the idea of Bitcoin. And there has never been a green light on the idea of Bitcoin from the US government. It has always been this redheaded stepchild. And a couple months ago, they said, no, it's legit. And it is, the implications are huge. And I talked about this a couple of days ago on the podcast, that when we talk about this, we talk about price going up. When Bitcoin hits $70,000, that is going to be a bell for so many people that have been listening to this argument that Bitcoin's going to $100,000 or $1 million. When it ticks to $75,000, so many of those people who do not have interest in this ecosystem will begin doing their research. And they say that you get Bitcoin at the price you deserve it. So if that is $100,000, so be it. But you do have the opportunity to get in sooner. That is why I try and educate people on what is happening. Now, some other news that is happening. I do not want to forget about some neat things that are going on. And this is an example of it, these Web 2, Web 3 integrations. Coachella, the music festival, is also integrating. And they are not only doing a Web 2, Web 3 integration, but even more important, they are creating a competition out of it. And so they are kind of creating these quests involved in the NFT that you hold to get into the concert. And these quests will deliver different rewards. You're going to have to read the Substack. How about that? To figure out more about it. But just watching companies actually embrace this crossover ability that is being presented to you. And you have the opportunity to get in early. And if you are a believer in the metaverse and people shopping online and doing most of their experiential stuff future forward in a digital realm, why are you not gravitating toward these digital currencies, these digital ideas, these digital ecosystems? Because the people who are early, the people who have decided to do some research, that's all you have to do. Do some research. Don't get left behind. Get into these ecosystems and see what happens. And you will be pleasantly surprised. The rewards, they just kind of show up in your wallet if you do it right. So videos coming out later today of some of this shit. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And last thing, this is last on my list for today, Anthony Scaramucci. Whether you're a fan or not, he is a proponent of Bitcoin. And he also is in agreement that the current price is not indicative of where we are going. Nothing is priced in. Shit is about to go parabolic. And let me say one more thing about this parabolic price movement. So some of the interesting things that could possibly be at play. So the kingdom in Saudi Arabia. So there has been an ideology shift that Bitcoin is now a good thing. And it was not even considered several years ago as a thing. Now, because they have so much oil, now they are considering it as a thing. Wow, we could have oil and digital gold. We could have everything. And so as Bitcoin price starts to go up and we realize the scarcity of the commodity, it only makes sense that, wow, we need to get some of that. And unfortunately, the people with all the money are going to be able to do it best. But what is also interesting, and people often discount this and forget when they are investing, is the price of Bitcoin is irrelevant as an investor. You can buy any dollar amount that you would like. My suggestion is to do it sooner than later. The secret sauce for today is your positive action combined with positive thinking will result in success. I've been through a lot of shit. Sometimes you just need to keep on keeping on. Let the momentum fill your soul and keep you going. Remember, the rabbit hole runs deep. If you are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack today. If you're watching this on YouTube, share it, like it, tell your friends. If you're listening to the podcast, I don't know, leave a review, whatever fucking people do on these things. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.